Alright guys, so today my project is going to be creating a plug, a female plug, that will plug into the male plug of a cordless drill battery pack. And then from that custom plug, which basically adapts some wire to the battery pack, I'll be able to use that wire to provide 18 to 21 volts and maybe 20 or 30 amps to any device of my choosing. Now, the point of that is to power my cordless chainsaw I bought. I didn't want to buy batteries for it when I've already got batteries for my DeWalt drill. So basically I want to adapt this to this. But to create a custom slotting, clipping, whatever is beyond the scope of this idea, what I actually want to do is just create a custom plug that will plug into there. And then once that's plugged in, I got a cord. And that cord I'm going to solder to here. So when I don't want to use this, I unplug the plug and it's just got a cord coming out with a plug to it. This uses the same amount of voltage as my drill. So the idea is we already have a charger and 2 or 3 batteries for my drill, and why should I buy another charger and 2 or 3 different batteries for another cordless device? Now this is usually why you would buy all cordless devices from one manufacturer, so like a DeWalt cordless drill, a DeWalt impact drill, a DeWalt socket wrench, cordless socket wrench, electrical socket wrench, a DeWalt chainsaw, a DeWalt leaf blower, and then you'd use the same batteries and chargers for all of your devices. But if you want to buy a super cheap device like this off eBay, you don't want to have to buy a charger and several batteries for it. This is a solution to make your existing batteries that you always keep charged. You already have a charger. You can use that to use it for other generic cheap devices you want to buy. You don't have to buy batteries every time that way. That saves on the cost tremendously of buying new cheap devices. You don't have to worry about battery systems and buying 2 or 3 batteries plus chargers for everything. It's better just to adapt all of your tools to use whatever battery and charging system you already have. So that's the plan. And by the way guys, I bought this cordless chainsaw for like 20 bucks off eBay. If I would have bought it with batteries and everything, it would have been like 80 bucks. Like, it's a big difference. So I definitely want to use the batteries I've already got, and we're just going to adapt it. Now, I bought this cordless chainsaw to cut the ice out of my mini fridge freezer that builds up whenever the door doesn't shut all the way. It coats the whole freezer with a thick layer of ice, pretty much reducing the amount of space in that freezer, the freezer compartment of the mini fridge. The space is reduced by like half, so I can't fit the things I would normally fit into my freezer. Now normally I had been using a heat gun to melt out the ice, but that takes like an hour of just sitting there holding up the heat gun, melting out the ice slowly as it drips down. This will make it like probably 5 minutes, and I can cut out all the ice and then shot vac it up. It'll just like spray ice shards everywhere, and then we'll shot vac it and let it evaporate in the shot vac over time. Will it create mold? I think that's possible, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to vacuum it up and forget about it. Okay, so how to create a custom female plug. That's going to be very interesting. That's the topic of this video, and it's going to be a fun challenge. You guys know I love a challenge. I doubt it'll be that big of a deal. I've already measured these 2 output pins, and I don't know what this center pin is for, but it's not relevant. You just need these 2. One is positive, one is negative. Thanks, Mike. Merry Christmas. So, my understanding is that electrical plugs work with a male and female. This would be the male side because it's got output pins. We need a female to receive these pins. And I believe it just works based on friction. So maybe the female would just be tapered outward a little bit at the top, and the male pushes in like a funnel, and then it just makes firm contact by rubbing. So we definitely need pieces of copper to touch against this. Flat copper plate, I guess. I kind of want to use printed circuit board copper plates because I've got it at hand. Peanut butter balls for this year? No. I was actually planning to not do gifts at all this year for Christmas. It is a pagan holiday after all, so that's my excuse. Now, we still have to get gifts for my mom's side of the family because she's big on gifts and everything, and not only that, but she buys really good gifts, so I definitely don't want to cancel that tradition. So is that hypocrisy? Not really. I mean, I'm open to it. I don't feel like it's wrong to celebrate Christmas or anything. I could go either way, but my wife's side of the family doesn't really want to celebrate Christmas because it's got pagan holiday roots, I guess. Okay, so here we've got printed circuit board copper. It's like non-etched copper. Yeah, this could work, maybe. What church is her family a part of? Non-denominational. Okay, so you know, I might be able to do this a lot easier than you could ever imagine. What I might actually do is just shove these on both sides tight, and then use a whole bunch of hot glue. This is gonna be ghetto. I guess I'll mark out with marker the rough shape. You know, I could have used like copper sheeting or something that's solid copper, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. Wait, is it going to be an issue? No, it won't be an issue. Wait. Shoot. You know what? Do traces burn up on circuit boards? Like if too much current flows, right? But if it's not a large amount of conductive material, but it's only for a short distance, the amount of resistance that offers is less. So as long as I make the the thick wire end very close to these, then the amount of resistance would be not that bad. But if like the wire started here and I just used this entire length of board and I had to travel up this whole board, then the thickness of the actual copper coating on the board would matter a lot more. In which case you'd want to build up a ton of solder on the board to thicken up that trace and make the traces wide. But since the width of the traces matters, so we should actually make nice fat traces, and then very tall as well to maximize contact with the male output pins. Okay, so then we'll just double that. I was trying to think of a way to do this without sawing, but I don't think that's possible. I think we have to saw this. And that's going to make a bad mess. But maybe not if we put our shop vac on. Alright, I'm going to use this saw. Well, maybe I don't need the shop vac. How much dust will this make? Maybe the dust will be so fine it won't be like fiberglass powder. Or it won't be like fiberglass strands floating there like if you worked with fiberglass cloth. Since it's going to be fine dust, maybe it won't cause itching. I'm not sure. Well, and I don't like the policy of cutting fiberglass in a room, especially with the baby. It could cause skin irritation. So let me go ahead and take the safe route. I don't really feel like getting out my whole vacuum chamber just for this cut, so I'm just going to use the shop vac without all the fancy vacuum chamber stuff. Or should I use the vacuum chamber? Oh no. Now I'm indecisive. Nah, I'm not going to use it. Oh, he's sitting in the room. Oh no, that was stupid. I can suck it up. No, this is more than easy. I got that radio. Hey, it's not bad, but check this out. Oh. Okay, I got a better idea. You guys will love this. Okay, so just take some prototype board which is easier to cut. Oh look, I had a little piece left over. That's, well, nah, that's not the size I want though. This you can just cut with electrical side cutters, I know, because it's got the little holes already creating perforations for you. Well, wait, no, you can do scoring too. Well, you know what? I probably could have done scoring with the other board as well, though. All right, well, let's start out with what we've already measured. That's it's so funny that that other piece got sucked up. So that's one way to create a sheet of female copper plated. Well, it's going to be for a female plug, so copper plating. But this is another way. So we'll mark out how big we want it. I'm going to use copper tape over this. What's the difference between copper tape and copper coated copper coated fiberglass board? That's got the copper sheeting chemically applied. To me, that's not different than well, I guess that's not bad. Alright, so that's kind of like, yeah, that'll work. The question is, do we want our plug does it have to make contact on both sides is the question. Let's see how Dean's plugs look, the female part. No, it looks like it doesn't need to contact both sides, no. Although that would be... Oh look, USB doesn't contact both sides either. Jumpers do. Audio cables do. But a lot of cables, it's just one metal face touching one metal face. So I'm thinking we'll just do one metal face touching one metal face to keep it simpler. And I have copper tape, which I bought a long time ago for a project. Right here. See, I think you can make circuit boards with copper tape. I'm making a custom plug that will... a custom female plug that will plug into a cordless drill battery, thereby enabling me to access the high power output of that battery for a device that is not that cordless drill, nor a device made for that cordless drill's battery. A device where you would normally have to buy your own separate battery. Because of this solution, I'll be able to bypass that need to buy a separate battery, which is very expensive because you got to buy the like 2 batteries and then you got to buy a battery charger, Whereas, like, that's wasteful when you've already got cordless strobe batteries. You should just adapt those batteries. Alright, so we just put copper tape onto proto board. And there, now it's basically the same as like MDF printed circuit board. It's basically the same thing. Although you can see slight perforations where the holes were, but this is MDF. And so it's kind of like the same thing. And that's cheaper than buying this MDF board, which is kind of expensive. Okay, so now what? Well, this is where the hot glue idea kind of came into play. Maybe we should just like eye it. Yeah. So what I'm thinking is we'll put some hot glue on it and then test fit. Then add some more test fit. And we'll keep doing that until everything's perfect. Yeah, I don't think we need any more of this. But it is good to remember that these little sheets of proto board could be useful for even certain types of building projects because they're pretty easy to cut and they're nice and rigid. I want to keep them in mind for different miscellaneous like repairs of different things. Could be a useful construction material. Okay. So, hot glue is the fastest way to do anything. So we're going to hot glue this whole thing together. Okay. Only problem with the hot glue is what if it like melts when we're using the plug, right? So we'll use this as like the core material and then we'll have to coat it so that it's not like structural. And even if it becomes liquefied while using this setup, this plug, it won't compromise operations. Oh wow. It's already built up past... Wow, that was fast. I just had a funny thought. Weaponized stupidity. So, like, if you convince a mass of people to riot or do a rebellion, that would be weaponizing the stupidity of people. Wonder how often the elites weaponize stupidity for their own aims. I think the George Floyd thing was weaponized stupidity. It was political. It was right before an election. It's not a coincidence. Alright. Such a nice fit, but... we gotta carve away more, though, because... I need room for coating this with a different type of glue. Oh. Of course, this glue will be unusable. Where? Here it is. Okay. We should probably spray it first. Uh... Alright. Let's do the other side now while we wait for all that to dry. It's going to be a great power source, really. This will adapt a cordless drill battery to any project I want. Could even use it for the robot, actually. Better just start using this kind of glue now. Alright, let me just coat it with the Instacure stuff first. Okay. It's working out good, guys. I'm really pleased with how fast and well this is going. Man, this is going great. It's funny you just said help yourself with a little stick, and I'm actually building a stick today too after this, if I have time. And I think I will, because this is going fast. I'm building a gripper stick that will help me pick things up from far away without bending over for when I hurt my back or when I just feel like lazy or just want to pick up things on the ground without having to bend over. And that stick actually started a long time ago and never finished that project. So I finish it. Or left stick. So it's happening. We're getting there. Just gotta keep building it up. Little by little. We need it flat and even to give firm pressure on all the copper that contacts. It's getting some pressure but not firm, uniform pressure because the surface right now is uneven. As long as I keep my thing moving, it won't glue to my gloves. This is kind of the hardest part, but once this part's done, it's just going to be very little to do after this. Wow, it looks like so we got firm contact now. It's pretty snug. I can't even pull that out. That's nice and firm. So I would say now, we should probably connect the wire and then join the two halves. Actually, we'll probably need a cross piece too to keep the two halves the right width apart and lined up. So for that, I'm actually thinking of going back to the proto board again. Alright, let me get my side cutter. Yeah! Alright. Thank you, Turek. Happy Christmas to you as well. Okay, so well, I say we use another piece of board then for the other side. I'll show you guys what we got so far. Okay, so we'll get another piece of board for this side. Okay. And I feel comfortable with this. Well. Okay. Push. No, I don't have a job not like that. I still make money the same way, just selling my inventions and stuff online. Uh, in fact, just today I made like $230 today. Although the profit on that would be lower. That's like gross. So it would be like, let's see, like 160 maybe? Or, well, after fees and stuff though, maybe like 130. Not saying I make that every day, but it was a pretty good day. Okay, let me get needle nose. I think I need, well, yeah, needle nose would be good. So pretty much, I'll just re-explain to people still coming in. I'm creating my own female plug adapter for this drill, which will then lead to two wires. And those wires can have alligator clips, or they can just be used for anything I want that I want to use these batteries for. And so they can just end at wires with alligator clips, and then we can have 18 volts anytime we want with high amp output. Oh, I do kind of have a full-time job though of daddy daycare for my child. My wife works, so I'm the stay-at-home dad. Alright, let me cut away some of this glue I put at the top. Well, no, we should probably keep it so we know which way's up. Alright, let's just keep building up the outside. We're getting close here. It's going very nice and fast. Super happy with the results. Alright. 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 Let's go.
Okay, it's okay.
We're just about there, boys. Let me show you the... Alright, I'd say we're about ready to attach the cord now. Oof, that's kind of... kind of too snug there. Let me just sand down a bit. This is too funny, man. I can't believe I'm making this plug. What am I thinking? Such a silly project. Silly genius. I was thinking of doing double thickness of like standard household cord, because that's 120 volt 10. Well, no, I probably will be fine with one. Well, no, lower voltage, higher amps, and it's not AC, this is DC. DC will generate more heat too. Although it's just for like a chainsaw. You know what, just to play it safe so we're not dealing with the overheating issues of the cord, I'm going to go ahead and use double thickness. Just to play real safe. Okay, so... let's put that back. We need plenty of length here. We'll see how long this goes. We might just double up the same cord if it's long enough. We can fold it in half and double it. And let's see, will this be long enough though? Yeah, I think it's good. Alright, let me go ahead and put all the rest of this stuff away. Okay. Let me show you guys my setup here. So there we have it. So now you can see my prep work for the solder job with the helping hands. Okay. All that hot glue is not compatible with soldering, so we had to get in and get out. It was already starting to seep everywhere. Hopefully that was good, a good job. Let me inspect carefully. Oh. Alright, let me show you guys my soldering job. My mom's less religious than Hannah's side. But my dad and I are more religious than Hannah's side slightly, I think, this year, starting this year. We got really religious around here. To a very extreme degree. Alright, so there we go. You can see I soldered one stick to the plug, and then one I just soldered to the other stick for the long stretch in order to reduce resistance over the long haul from the battery to the device. That just adds another path for the electric to run on. They don't need to both be soldered to the output pin, since it's just a short amount of resistance by having them not attach at the same point. So I didn't want to add any more heat to the plug itself, since that heat is causing the plug to self-destruct on account of the crazy huge amount of meltable glues involved in the plug itself. Okay, so now we got to do the other side with another plug. I mean, with another wire. Okay. Yeah! Very good. Do I believe in aliens? No. Well, I do believe in like God being an alien because he resides. I mean, well, he's everywhere, but heaven is not on Earth. Alien means extraterrestrial, not on Earth. So God, angels, even hell. If people came back from hell, they'd be aliens too. They reside in hell. People came from heaven, they reside in heaven. So angels, all that stuff. Angels, demons, um, people in hell, people in heaven are four categories of extraterrestrial beings that I believe obviously exist. I refuse to believe that God made aliens um, as far as like other beings on other planets. I don't believe that at all. Now, there is room for believing that. Um, as somebody that can also believe in the Bible, but I believe that if there were aliens, it would be demons just messing with us. And demons are fallen angels that can take physical form. Okay. The Bible amounts to a theory of everything, so if it doesn't fit with the Bible, I'd be against it. But I think it could fit, though it'd be kind of a stretch, because the Bible doesn't talk about it. But that could be one of many things the Bible doesn't talk about. Yeah, I don't think Scientology is Christian. Okay. Uh, we are getting somewhere, boys. We are getting somewhere. Alright, boys. Here we go. bare copper on the inside, right there. Nice and shiny. The other side, same thing. And then you can see where the wire connects at the back end. And we got double thickness wires to be able to transport DC current at like maybe up to 20 or 30 amps, I guess, to any type of power tool that we want to be able to adapt to use the cordless drill batteries that we've already been using for our main power or cordless drill. So in theory we should be able to plug this in and then clamp it to any power tool. Kind of scared. Alright, now let's test the opposite end with the multimeter. There we go, 20 volts. So it is working. You know, I'm just going to use hot glue all over everything. I just can't imagine waiting for silicone or anything to tack up. Take forever.
Good baby. Good baby.
Alright, boys, so there it is. Uh, woohoo! I think we got it flip-flopped. Alright, so negative's gonna come opposite way. So side closest to me. Alright, but we're gonna go ahead and actually solder it on. What? What just happened? Are you tickling the baby? You're tickling her. What in the world? My solder job didn't stick. Alright, I need my X-Acto knife, man. Where did that thing go? There it is. Wait, what is this thing? Don't tell me it's like steel. Alright, turns out it's copper underneath whatever the coating was, and the coating just was not taking any copper, but oh, it's gonna stick now that I scuffed it. Okay. Let's try again from the top, shall we? Okay. So here we go, guys. We're on. And now we'll do the other side. But first I gotta change this glove. Hi, Waffle House. Slap on the other glove. Okay. Let me just scuff real good. Okay. And now we're going to want to seal off this whole underbelly. So let's go ahead and, well, let me test it real quick. Okay. It's working. All the cords seem cool to the touch. I'd say we're pretty much through with this battery then. And I'd say we're through with all soldering materials, although we're going to need to order more solder. I finished that tube of solder.
Very good, my loud little baby.
Okay, so let me just go ahead and coat the heck out of everything with this. Alright, Nomer. Alright, boys, so there you have it. We should probably tape this thing off now. Oh.
Oh, my baby.
Baby's first Christmas, don't waste it crying. Baby's first Christmas, don't waste it crying. Baby's first Christmas, baby's first Christmas, baby's first Christmas, don't waste it crying. Crying little baby, crying little baby.
No wonder she's crying. My throat's been hurting in here.
I live in a little track. I live in a little track, not a railroad track. Alright boys, so there we have it. We've got our chainsaw, handheld, heavily reinforced wire, and then it's all taped up, and then it finally ends right here with our custom female adapter plug, which plugs into our cordless drill battery, so that we can use a cordless drill battery that was not made for this particular thing. We can still use it. Boom. I think that's pretty cool. There we go. We solved it.